Shabbat Shalom. Welcome one and all. Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming out this evening. Special welcome to those watching from at home on the live stream. Brachim Habaim, welcome to you as well. Rabbi Matt Berger joined on the bima with our soloist, Allison Rosoff, down at the piano. Our accompanist, Joy Katzen Guthrie, said Catherine. We're going to begin on page 10, or you can look right on the screen. Psalm 133, the words of welcome, Hine Matov. Shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is to be together. How good it is to be together. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hine matov naim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov naim, shevet achim gam yachad. How good together. How good it is to be together. Whoa, 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 whoa. Any ladies who'd like to join us on the beam and help light the Shabbat candles as we sing Light These Lights? Feel free to come forward. The blessing, as always, on page 2 in your prayer books.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kinshanu b'mitzvotav, tzivanu lahadlikner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle light Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Shabbat.
Let's all say Yasher Koach. Have a sweet Shabbat. Thank you so much. We'll continue with a prayer for Israel, the land, state, and people you'll find on the screen. Join me. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, shield the state of Israel beneath the wings of your love. Shelter it with your canopy of peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Bless the soldiers of the Israel Defense Forces and all who stand guard to protect our people. Keep them from all trouble and injury. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Continuing on 20 and 21, we're going to introduce a new arrangement of Lecha Dodi, which is Come, My Beloved. We're going to be starting with the chorus and then going into verse 1, then it goes back to the chorus, and then verse 9, which is Bo'i v'Shalom, and that's the one where you face the doorways, and then it'll go back to the chorus, just to give you a little heads up on what will be a very, very nice song introduction. It's got a really catchy chorus melody.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mikabela.
Let's try that chorus one time.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mikabela.
We're going to sing Shamor V'Zachor. Shamor V'Zachor V'Diborecha Ishbianu Elam Yucham Adonai Echad Shemo Echad Shemo Tireh Mitila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Mikabela. Shalom verse. Bo'i v'Shalom ateret ba'alam gam b'simcha u'solam toch emunei am segula bo'i chala lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat mikabela. Feel free to be seated. Hope you enjoyed that arrangement by Rabbi Josh Warshawski. Going to continue with Allison leading us in our words of praise, the Hatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah B'yom divrachutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye de kol Beit Yisrael Bagala uv'yisma לעולם עולם ימיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירם בעמה ואמרו Amen.
Let's rise for Shema and its blessings, beginning with the call to prayer on page 28. You'll find the words to Arevim on the screen, also on 31. Your world is like a puzzle, God, and all the pieces fit together. The sun lights up the earth by day, moon and stars glow at night. In every season we sense your presence. On Shabbat we give thanks for the world and its beauty. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. And on 33, Ahavat Olam, great love. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, with a great love you have taught us how to live with meaning through mitzvot, sacred memory, relations, and Torah. They are the light of our eyes, the essence of our being. Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Sing, open up our eyes.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that
You are
one.
Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Feel free to be seated. We'll continue with the V'ahavta, loving God with our heart, soul, and might. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha Hayom alevavecha, vishinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shitecha bevetecha, u'leftecha v'derech, u'shokbecha u'kumecha, u'shartam le'ot ayadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeitiechem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. On page 39, words of truth and faith, emet ve'emunah. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we are taught, for wherever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Norati lo, o sefele. Norati lo, o sefele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, orati lo, o Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. On 42, words of shelter and protection, the Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu shomrei nu lechaim.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu shomrei nu lechaim. Ushmor beteinu uvoenu lechaim u'shalom ve'ata ve'ad olam.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu shomrei
Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu shomrei nu lechaim V'hamidenu shomrei nu lechaim.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Let's rise now for our standing prayers, the tefillah, where we ask God to open our lips in praise.
Adonai sivatai tiftach ufi agir tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei avotinu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El HaGadol HaGibor VaHanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'koneh HaKol V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imot U'mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ava Melech Uzer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav LaHoshia Mashiva Ruach Umorit HaGashem Mechachel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Nothim Verovech Holim Umatir Asurim Umechayem Emunato Lijenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Mechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'emanata Lechachayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei HaKol קדוש בשמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעלוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Feel free to be seated. Blessings 4, 5, and 6, the Emsaot. Continue on 55, hoping that this day will always fulfill its promise of rest. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. On the following page, words of avodah, of prayer. Blessed are you, God, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shekinato Litzion. And words of gratitude, hoda'ah, found on 59. Baruch atah Adonai Hatov Shimcha Ucha Na'eh Lechodot. Our prayer of peace is Birkat Shalom. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people, Israel, in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people, Israel, with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. For our meditation, we'll be saying Yir Ratzon and Osei Shalom, page 62.
Yihul ratzon emrifi, Yihul ratzon emrifi, ve'yon lepi lefanecha. Adonai, Tzurei ve'goli. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you, oh God, my rock and my redeemer. Usei shalom bimromav, uyasei shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael. V'imiru, amen.
Our prayer of healing, Mishaberach, is found on 253. So we call to mind and to heart those in our community and beyond, and offer prayers of strength and healing on their behalf. On the Shabbat, we offer prayers to Joanne Beeman Fiddleman, Hope Brown, Larry Kane, Tyler Chang, Heather Felser, Harry Fleisch, Anita Freudenthal, David Friedlander, Lee Grubman, Fred Haddix, Don Hirschman, Margaret Holbrook, Jim Howard, Kathy Howard, Brian Kagan, Phyllis King, Belinda Konigsberg, Linda Krebs, Jerry Longerich, Barbara Randall, Stephanie Ross, Jeff Stark, Bob Stevens, Grace Tribbiano, Greg Tribbiano, and Ginger Valenote. If there are any other names that you'd like to add, feel free.
Maxine Stark and George Stark.
Misheberach Avotenu Mikor habracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mikor habracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
After services, a congregant walks up to the rabbi and says, "Rabbi, my life is terrible. Nothing's going right, and everyone's against me." Upon hearing this, the rabbi said, "You're absolutely right." A few minutes later, a second congregant walks up to the rabbi and says, "My life is great. I'm so happy. Everything is going beautifully." Upon hearing this, the rabbi says, "You're absolutely right." A few minutes later, the rabbi gets some refreshments and sits down at a table next to his wife. As it happens, without meaning to, she overheard both conversations and asked, "So tell me, honey, how can both of these congregants be right?" The rabbi looks into her eyes and says, "You're also right." We laugh, but there's some wisdom in the joke, namely that our experience of life is deeply shaped by how we view it. This week, in our annual cycle of reading the Torah, we begin the second book, Shmot, which means names, though most of us know it as Exodus. After sharing a word or two regarding the descendants of Jacob, the narrator tells us that Pharaoh, who didn't know what Joseph did for the Egyptians, looks at the growing population of Jews and says to the people, "Vayomer el amo, hine am b'nei Yisrael, rav ve'atzum mimenu." I'll ask our tech team to share the translation on the screen. "Look," the Pharaoh said to his people, "the Israelites have become too numerous and too powerful for us." On the surface, Pharaoh's statement may seem merely factual, but just beneath it, there's fear. Fear of losing control, fear of change, and fear of the unknown. Pharaoh sees the same reality as any other Egyptian, the growth of the Israelites. But rather than seeing it as a blessing, He views it as a threat and worries that the Israelites will rise up against him. In short order, Pharaoh's anxiety is transformed into policy. His fear hardens into cruelty and leads to generations of servitude for our ancestors. The book of Exodus shares the story of what happened in Egypt, but it shows us how unexamined fear can shape the world. Later, in chapter 3, God appears to Moses at the burning bush and models a different approach. Instead of raising fear, God chooses empathy, saying, I've seen the suffering of my people. Later, God sends Moses to the Pharaoh, not to accuse, but to free the Israelites, not to blame, but to redeem. This is the Torah's model of leadership, the cultivation of dignity. As we know, not all leaders act this way. Following the seismic capture of former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro by the U.S. military, interim leader Delcy Rodriguez shared the following in a televised address to the Venezuelan nation last Sunday. She said, governments around the world are simply shocked that the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela is the victim and target of an attack of this nature. And here's the important part, which undoubtedly has Zionist undertones. It is truly shameful. To be certain, most, if not all of us here, have our own personal or political opinions regarding this coup d'etat. In any case, no love is lost for Maduro. But to me, one of the most alarming aspects of Rodriguez's speech is her use of the phrase Zionist undertones. Note how quickly she turned to fear and then scapegoating. It's instructive to ask, how did this long-standing anti-Semitic trope come to the surface? First and foremost, this undeniably false statement is an echo of Maduro's many past statements on the matter. He previously stated that, quote, far-right Zionists want to hand this country over to the devils. And he continued a legacy of blaming Jews that was ever present during the tenure of his predecessor, Hugo Chavez. The phrase Zionist undertones, to me, calls to mind one of the primary tropes and slurs found in a book called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion. It's a notorious text filled with anti-Semitic statements and conspiracy theories. It purported to be the meeting notes of an underground group of Jews called the Elders of Zion, and how they planned to overtake the world in many spheres of life. It was first published in Imperial Russia in 1903, alleging that there's this Jewish plot to globally dominate. It's been a thorn in the Jewish people's side ever since its inception, making it quite likely that the lies found in the protocols served as the source of Chavez, Maduro, and Rodriguez's dangerous rhetoric. When a world leader adds the word Zionist to a story rife with accusations of foreign plots and sabotage, evidence leaves the room altogether. Instead, the point is raising suspicion and engaging in political deflection, thus shifting responsibility away from any failures in governance while spreading one of history's most enduring narratives of hate. In this case, making Venezuela's political crisis a cosmic fight against a shadowy villain, the Jews. This bait and switch works because the word Zionist aligns with existing anti-Semitic patterns. Of course, there's a cost to this type of toxic messaging. Venezuela's Jewish community has lived through a number of moments where political speech and threats on the street have led to alarming results. In February 2009, when the Jewish population in the country numbered some 13,000 to 14,000 people, a synagogue attack placed it directly in the line of fire. But even when violence isn't the outcome, Jews in Venezuela have historically been pressured to prove they weren't dual agents, which was a common refrain that Jews once faced here in the early 20th century in the US. It's no wonder that so many Jews have left Venezuela since 2009, emigrating to countries like Israel, Panama, Mexico, Colombia, Miami, and other areas. Today, about 4,000 to 5,000 Jews remain in the country, a shadow of its former self. Contrast the lack of effective leadership in Venezuela to Moses' compassionate approach toward Egypt and ultimately the Israelites. I'll ask our tech team to share an image of him on the screen. There he is at the burning bush. Even before Moses spoke to God at this moment, the Torah tells us Moses went out to his brothers and sisters and saw their suffering in Egypt. A medieval commentator named Rashi, it's short for Rabbi Shlomo Yitzhaki, points out that Moses didn't just notice their pain, he gave his eyes and his heart to it. Because true leadership begins with paying attention, not placing judgment, not rushing to place blame, just seeing. Moses didn't stay in Pharaoh's palace for long upon learning what the Israelites were going through. He actively placed himself among his people. It's no wonder then that our tradition teaches Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Bazeh, which means every Jew, every person is responsible for the other. If those around us are hurting, we're meant to notice and act. While Pharaoh looks at suffering and asks, how can I control this? Moses looks at suffering and asks, what can I do to help others carry the burden? This is the difference between tyranny and Torah values. Moses' courage is based in compassion. For us personally, this teaches us to see before we speak. Some people say it's why we are born with two eyes and just one mouth. It's also said the same thing about 2 ears and one mouth. So we can feel before we judge. And we can choose to stand with others rather than stand above them. Redemption always doesn't begin with miracles like the splitting of the Red Sea, nor does it always begin with power. Sometimes it begins with presence. Whenever politicians and world leaders cast Zionists or Israel or the Jews as an external enemy, it echoes the playbook used by Pharaoh long ago. Instead of crying out that the Jews are the source of their country's ills, which is nourishkeit, that's Yiddish for nonsense, they should look in the mirror instead and strive to cultivate dignity for their people, as Moses did for our ancestors long ago. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue with the Aleinu, the adoration that you'll find on page 282. Any gentlemen would like to come forward, help open the ark, feel free to come forward. And I'll ask you to rise as the ark is open.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני נלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
So, Darabah, thank you so much. Feel free to be seated. You'll find Kaddish Tome, Mornis Kaddish, on page 294. So we think of families in the period of Shloshim, first 30 days mourning their loved one. We fondly remember Stephen Zweig, father of Lisa Zweig, Mike Katz, father of Barry Katz, and we note the recent passing of Dudley Davis, husband of Jackie Davis. We also mark the yahrzeit anniversary of passing of loved ones on this Shabbat. We remember Harold Aaron, Lowell Aronoff, Cameron Baber, David Bauer, Murray Becker, Ruth Berkowitz, Lena Bierman, Jean Birnbaum, Catherine Cusick, Eugene Daines, Sally Epstein, Benjamin Edelman, Judy Flansbaum, Aaron Flatsbaum, Sheila Freeman, Molly Hout, Andrew Holloway, Harry Hutton, Larry Irwin, Marion Jaffe, Louis Kander, Paul Kelton, Charles Kern, Molly Klein, Sarah Lee Knight, Louis Lang, Arthur Lieberman, Alan Lieberman, Laura Leibowitz, Charles Lowe, Tess Ann Malkinson, Louise Marks, Betty Alice Mundell, Mary Newman, Charles Pascal, Mildred Fetterman-Plotnick, Adam Pluchak, Lena Ritchie, Dr. Jay Rosoff, Jack Ross, May Saxonoff, Vivian Schneider, Irving Shapiro, Henry Weiner, Saul Werboff, Louis Young, and Betty Luria Zamstein. Are there any other names to add for yahrzeit? Thank you. We say, Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of all these good people continue to be a blessing in their loved ones' lives as we rise offering the words of Kaddish praise. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalmad yibrach hiruteviam lich malchuteh, v'chayichon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman karivim ru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalem v'yithalal, shemei d'kudusha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran v'yalma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the the one who causes peace in the heavens, cause peace to descend on us, Israel, and throughout the world, as we say, Amen.
V'meru, 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 amen. V'meru, 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 amen.
Feel free to be seated. You'll find the words to the Kiddush, blessing over the fruit of the vine, on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'yavahu ratzon, Ilanu, Zikara lemase Bereshit, Ihu Yom Tefillah, Lemikra'in Kodesh, Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim, Ivanu v'charta, Yotzanu Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim, to life. Time for the motzi. Nice crew up here. Amotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Sam Bone and Jordan. Kol hakavod, well done. Pleasure now to call for Joy Masarski, representing our temple leadership, to share quite a few Shabbat announcements, a busy time of year.
Good evening. Many thanks to Rabbi Matt, Allison, and Joy for leading a wonderful service. Thanks to our greeters, David and Lillian, and our tech team, Bruce and Melissa. There is a lot to announce, which in my book is a very good problem to have. So please bear with me. In partnership with Keshet, a Jewish organization for LGBTQ inclusion, there will be a hybrid event, Spectrum of Belonging, on January 14th at 7 p.m. Our Shabbat morning service, led by Ron Gilberg, will take place Saturday, January 17th at 9 a.m., followed by breakfast and Torah study led by Rabbi Matt. Sisterhood's Shabbat morning meditation will take place at 10 a.m. Join us here Monday, January 19th, for an interfaith service of peace with St. Alfred's Episcopal Church and All Saints Catholic Church. Trivia night with a potluck dinner will take place on Thursday, January 22nd at 6:30 p.m. The TAS Book Club will meet on Sunday, January 25th at 10:30 a.m. with a bagel and lox breakfast. The book is Pastrami on Rye, an overstuffed history of the Jewish deli. Kids Shabbat will take place Friday, January 30th at 5:30 p.m. Our Shabbat service featuring an adult Benot Mitzvot will take place at 7 p.m. Sisterhood Shabbat, featuring dinner, service, and oneg, will be held on Friday, February 6th. The Bay Area Cantorial Association's 21st annual concert, Abundant Love, featuring Allison and Joy, will be at Temple B'nai Israel on Sunday, February 8th at 3 p.m. Following services, please join us in the social hall for our Oneg Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much. So for our closing song, we're actually going to go toward the beginning of the prayer book. We're going to sing Shalom Aleichem to Beatles with a little help from my friends. Really, Shalom Aleichem is a song, a poem that you can sing anytime, Shabbat table at home for song sessions, and of course, in the midst of the service. 2, 3, 4. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharei Malachei Elyon Melech Malchei Hamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oh, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Oh, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Oh, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Boachem the Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Melech Malchei Hamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oh, Boachem, Boachem the Shalom. Oh, Boachem, Boachem the Shalom. Oh, Boachem, Boachem the Shalom. Bakuni le Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei Hamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hem the Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei Hamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oh, Zetem, Zetem the Shalom. Oh, Zetem, Zetem the Shalom. Oh, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks so much for joining us.